Yon. Alright, what's up mga ka-investa and good evening. So, what's up guys? Comment naman if lag or clear lahat. And as you can hear, medyo masama ang aking boses. So, what's up? Good evening, pero still here. Ready to do another live charting session for everyone. So guys, before we begin, pa-help naman i-share yung stream to tag your friends para makanood din sila. And dahil masama yung boss ko, syempre hindi ako nag-iisa tonight. So our agenda now is just really to help you guys find yung mga possible opportunities in the market now, considering na medyo mahirap, no? Especially since the CPI print last week, very minimal yung mga opportunities. So I'll call in na yung mga kasama ko tonight. And I'll be more of a moderator type ngayon. Kasi ayun na nga, medyo wala tayong boses ngayon. So first, papasukin ko si Kahane, one of my teammates dito sa Investor. Bro, Kahane, good evening.
Hello, good evening. So, hi, I am Kahane, and I work closely with Toma as a biz dev associate, and yeah.
Yun, so bro, I think there are a few people, especially mga Prime Elite, na kilala ka na. For the benefit of those that di ka kilala, can you share with us yung parang ano mo, ilang years ka sa market, yung trading journey mo, ano markets trade mo?
Alright, so basically, I've been trading for over 6 years now. I started as a freshman in college back then, and journey ko so far was, I guess, full of obstacles. So, kaya ako napunta sa Investa was because I wanted to learn more, and at that time, syllabus JC, syllabus JM yung nag-offer ng parang internships na they really teach you as well how to trade the markets. So, yeah.
Yun, okay. Tapos ngayon, call on our other guests from our partners over at Open Journal. Bro, Matt and Bro, Ed. What's up mga sir? Good evening.
What's up? Good evening,
Hey, what's
guys.
up? Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing in this kind of environment? So comment down below dun sa mga nanonood ngayon kung mahirap ba talaga yung market or kami lang yung nahihirapan.
Kung di kayo nahirapan, no, paturo. Yan, okay. So everyone, feel free to start sending in yung mga chart request nyo sa crypto, PSU, US, daanan natin. But before we begin, siguro we can start with yung mga major indices. Start tayo with the PSCI, Kahane.
Alright, so share ko yung screen.
Mhm.
Oops, tinanggal mo ata yung screen, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there, okay na.
Siguro we can start with you three. There's a lot of people are interested to know yung state of the PSC. So we're starting with you, Ed. How have you been navigating through the local market?
Sige. For local market, so as we know, last week nga nag-release yung US ng print ng interest rate nila, and sabay ng pag-gap down ng US market, nag-gap down din yung local market. So to be honest and to be transparent lang, so ako actually nag-deploy din ako last week, and unfortunately kinot ko rin pagka-gap down nung nag-gap yung local market. So right now wala akong position, so nabenta ko lahat ng positions. But for me, what will make the PSCI more interesting is if magkaroon siya ng higher high ulit, which is right now nag-form siya ng lower highs, di ba? So makikita naman natin yung sa chart, lower highs kung starting August 19, August 26, September 6. So for me, talaga mas maging interesting yung PSCI if mag-form nga siya ng higher high. Yun lang naman, very simple lang.
Yun,
Nice.
thanks, bro. Ikaw, bro, Matt.
Mhm. Sa akin naman, thank you, Ed. So at least one of the big catalysts for the volatility of the market this year, even volatility going lower, not just for the equity market but also in cryptocurrency, one of the risky assets na ngayon, because of the inflation. So since 2020, 60-70% of the money supply around the world, pinrint yan ng central bank, US central bank. and that resulted to high inflation. So if I'm not mistaken, parang inflation ng US ata at parang 30-year high ata or 2 decades high ata eh. So, but again, 8.3% last week na inflation, that is high also. That's very high actually. And even sa Philippine market, going back to local market, 6%. So again, for the Philippine market, nakita ko lang din kanina, merong parang price hike sa jeepneys, mga transportation. So potentially magkaroon na naman ng high inflation. Tumaas yung inflation natin sa Philippine market. So again, high inflation, syempre, that's again a concern to risky assets like the equities and cryptocurrency. So going back to Philippine market, at least looking at the chart, like we always mention in Open Journal, we have weekly coaching session and market strategy update. One of the biggest concern is short term is nag-perform siya kasi ng lower high. Hindi yung ayaw natin eh, kasi usually pag nag-perform ng lower high, from chart perspective, I mean, it is potentially going lower versus yung gusto natin makita, it's more of a higher low. And that's what happened last June or July. So at least for the Philippine markets, very critical yung support ngayon. So if you draw your trend line dun sa yan, yung part na yan. Yeah. So currently, nasa support level tayo. And even kami sa Open Journal and the community, yan yung very important support na tinitingnan namin. It's a bit concerning. Why? Because of the volume. Like we are seeing right now. So yung volume medyo malaki. Potentially, also, yung volume na yan came from the FTSE rebalancing. So as you all know, in the Philippines, meron tayong mga rebalancing adjustments like for example, PSEI rebalancing, FTSE and even MCI. So ginagawa natin yan on a quarterly basis. So potentially yan yung big volume na nakita natin last Friday. But again, going back to the chart, medyo hesitant kami to deploy given the fact ganyan yung chart ng PSEI. Pwede na bang bumili dyan sa level na yan and then aakyat na yan, or pwede bang bumaba na yan dyan sa level na yan and break that support level? We actually don't know. And also the reason kung bakit, at least within Open Journal and of course within Investa Group, ang tinitingnan lagi namin, we just follow price and apply our proper risk management. At the end of the day, if merong setup, as a bottom-up trader, as a bottom-up fund manager, if merong setup, you only deploy small position size or value at risk. Para syempre, safe tayo given this kind of volatility. Not just sa Philippine market, but global.
Bro, Matt, merong interesting comment dito. Sabi ni Sony, mukha daw inverse head and shoulders. Is that something you're looking at din?
Well, pwede naman, pwede. Usually, pag ganyan, pagka potentially inverse head and shoulders, parang nag-form ng right shoulder. Parang ganyan eh, yung tinitingnan ng iba. Yes, pwede naman, pero again, yan, perfect. So, pwedeng ganyan, but ako, I don't want to jump to that conclusion muna. Given na, I mean, yun nga, yung nangyayari sa macro environment, specifically sa US. So even if you take a look yung European markets, no, medyo pangit yung chart, and even Asian and emerging markets, as we do our intermarket analysis, medyo hindi ko, at least kami hindi namin type yung chart globally. So if ever before I jump na pwedeng inverse head and shoulders, I would like to see muna yung positive catalyst globally. But as of that moment, yes, pwede mag-form na inverse head and shoulders, pero ayoko muna mag-jump sa conclusion na yun. So, yeah.
Okay, so maybe now we can move on sa US markets naman. I want to ask Kahane and Ed. Kasi ko active kayo sa markets ngayon. Starting with you, Kahane. How have you been navigating through US market na medyo malaki yung bagsak over the past week?
Alright, so mostly for me, I've been in cash in the US market for quite a while now. Mostly because parang for me, mahirap tansyahin yung moves in the market. Since bigla bull rally within a bear market na naging parang bull trap lang. It's been hard for me to sort of like time my entries. So I've been more in cash and then more of just trading the local stocks and cryptocurrencies.
How about you, bro? Ed?
For me naman, so like what I always mention naman, ako nagpo-participate pa rin ako sa US, but ang binabay ko, ang mga pina-participate ko is mga inverse ETF. So for example, SPXU, so yun yung inverse ETF ng SPX. So meaning, if bumababa sa SPX, tumataas naman sa SPXU. So for US market, ganun lang talaga ginagawa ko. Pero last time nagpakita ng entry yung SPXU na during kailan ba to? And September 12, di ba, nag-peak. Tapos September 13, di ba, nag-gap down. So, syempre, di ako nakapasok din kasi masyadong malaki yung gap and hindi na favorable yung risk reward sa akin. So, talagang even if mag-short ka, mahirap sa environment na ngayon kasi very volatile. And coming next week naman, ang inaabangan ko is sa September 22 to 2 a.m. yun is yung Fed funds rate. So, yun yung interest rate. So, probability is 82% na 75 basis points and 18% na 100 basis points. So right now, majority pa rin pricing in a 75 basis points. And if yung Fed is mag-raise ng 100 basis points, malamang babagsak na naman yung market. So yan, isa dapat nating abangan this week. So September 22 a.m. And next week naman is September 30, which is yung core PC price index. So yun yung inflation metric ng Fed. So yun lang yung mga important dates for the US global market.
At least maybe if yung mga audience natin ngayon is wondering ano yung reason ng gap down ng malaki sa US market, that's because of the inflation. They released the inflation na surprise, diba? From 8.1% na forecast nila, bigla nag 8.3%. So it's not, I mean, fuel, macro environment side, fuel, which is the biggest contributor ng inflation sa US, so bumaba. As you all know, US oil, parang nag-retrace, nag-pullback yan. Even breakdown sa support level niya, parang 10 to 15%. Pero yung other factors ng inflation umakyat and causes sa 8.3%. That's the same with European markets, no? So yung malaking gap down na yan, if I'm not mistaken, yung Nasdaq ata for one day down ng 5%. No?
Yeah.
So that causes again another volatility sa cryptocurrency, given as we all know, Nasdaq 70% probability, ganyan move ng cryptocurrency, sumusunod lang din siya. So yan, maraming mga important dates again this month, next week ulit, meron na naman. So expect some volatility ulit.
Yun, alright. And lastly, for you, bro, Matt, let's take a look at crypto. Siguro, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So, how have you been navigating, bro, Matt, dito sa cryptocurrency market?
So, again, so, meron akong chart na shinare sa Discord community, no? So, like we mentioned, the past charting session we had, this is one of the most difficult season since I started in 2012 sa market, trading equities, specifically local and US market. So if you take a look at it, yung Bitcoin, parang kailan to? Yung may 10% na move, that one, kailan yan? So yun nga, pinag-usap pa namin sa Open Journal community. Ano yung reason kung bakit umakyat yan? Is it because of the Fidelity, one of the biggest fund management na may potential na silang i-offer sa clients nila yung Bitcoin, or hahabol lang yung Bitcoin sa Ethereum, given na yung Ethereum from July 13, second week ng July, umakyat ng 40% because of the merge, and then this one nahabol. So hindi namin alam. Pero at least what happened after nung September 13, I mean during the September 13, biglang big candlestick na naman. So that's how difficult cryptocurrency for, I mean, the past 2 weeks siguro. So at least from chart perspective, currently, ang tinitingnan namin support is yung previous low niya. So, yan. Yung part na yan. So, so if you zoom out ulit, meron pang next, parang previous low niya around 18,000. So yun yung mga support levels na tinitingnan namin sa Open Journal. No? So that's how we've been guiding the community. So usually pag mga ganito, walang masyadong setup, given na tumatakbo sideways yung market. So at least how we are doing it, we just apply our support and resistance classical technical analysis guide. So currently, near support, break of those highlighted in violet, purple. So potentially meron pa tayong down move. So yung ETH naman, at least for ETH kasi mas malakas siya, 'di ba? Versus Bitcoin. Again, because of the merge na nangyari the other day. But sabi ko nga sa community, it's more of what happens sa ETH chart, it's more of yung classic na buy on rumor, sell on news. Yung nangyari. So yan yung reason kung bakit tumakit yung ETH for 40% if I'm not mistaken. So, critical support na tinitingnan namin short term is that one, correct? And then another one is yung breakout point niya last July. So, yan. So, yan. So, very important yan kasi once we break that support level, and major probability parang mabibreak yan soon, then we are expecting a move lower for the whole cryptocurrency.
Yun. Alright, thanks Bro Matt. So now, we can move on sa mga individual stock or chart requests ng mga viewers natin. So let's start with Boss John Balboa. Wilcon, siguro ito for you. Bro Ed and Bro Matt again. Starting with you, Ed.
Sige. For Wilcon, so Wilcon, isa to sa mga nasa watchlist namin sa Open Journal since kita naman na may relative strength siya. So, habang nag-down move yung TSCI, so yung Wilcon still holding about its EMAs like EMA 20, EMA 10. So, for Wilcon, maganda yung move niya na nagko-consolidate na. So, magiging interesting siya para sa akin if kaya niyang i-break yung trend line niya right now, which is yung if you draw it from August 17 to September 14, so parang may trend line siya, di ba? So yan. So if mag-break out dyan, possible pwedeng mag-participate, tapos yung cut lang, using lang yung base na yan, di ba? So around 28 pesos na cut, di ba? So for Wilcon, something na pwedeng include sa watch list. So yan, abangan lang natin.
For me, potential catalyst ng Wilcon is its earnings, so most likely habol yan. And then, at least if I'm going to participate sa Wilcon, given in this kind of environment, ayaw natin yung mga, at least what we've been teaching in Open Journal, during this volatility sa market and maraming uncertainty, ayaw natin yung mga breakout. So, at least to be safe, diba, ang gusto natin may buy on support. So support level for you to participate is yan, dyan sa highlighted level na yan in purple. So yun. So for me, once mag-support yan dyan, unti-unti lang, deploy with small position size and then wag maging aggressive at the end of the day. Again, if you get aggressive in this kind of environment, based from my experience, you will get ripped lang. So, tatamaan ka lalo dyan.
Alright, so that's for Wilcon. Next naman natin from Frank. Ito, isa lang. Nickel. So, siguro for you, Kahane, and Bro Matt, ano yung take nyo ngayon sa nickel?
So for... Ay, sige, sorry.
Go.
Ikaw na ba? Sige. So for me, again, when I trade, I always look at the index first. And if let's say after like a month or so na gumanda na yung market environment, I'd only be interested in nickel if first of all siguro ma-break tong trend line na to or at least magkaroon ng interest sa issue na to.
Nice. So, yep. Ako, tiningnan ko to, sabi ko baka merong potential na galaw for Nickel Asia. So, syempre, at the end of the day, usually catalyst wise, so pwede mo tignan yung coal. Search mo nga yung coal dyan sa Investa kung ano yung tsura ng chart. Coal dapat pala this is for Semerara. So balik tayo sa Nickel Asia chart ulit. So at least looking at the different commodity prices globally, no? So parang yung napag-usapan nga namin ni Ed, it's more of parang counter rally lang before moving lower. So hindi namin alam if ganun yung potential mangyari, but major probability given na like for example, coal, gold just broke down from its support level, even yung silver, copper, so parang may move lower yung commodity price. Given na looking at the US dollar, DXY, parang aakyat eh. So for me, same with kahane. So ako usually pag ganyan breakout, then doon ako sa retest. Pero as of the moment, if you really want to participate, ako mag-aantay muna ako ng retest, and yung kay kahane naman dun sa breakout.
Yun, that's for Nickel Asia. Next natin from Boss Paul Rock. Ace N. Siguro for you, Kahane and Ed. Ano tingin sa Ace N?
Sige ako muna. For Ace N, kita naman natin na talagang downtrend siya. Ano yan eh, after announcement nung selling of shares nila ng isang holder. So I think millions yung shinare around yan, August 26 candle. So lumabas yung Black Swan catalyst. And after that, hindi na nag-recover. So right now for Ace N, if lalaruin mo siya, if marunong ka mag-bounce play or capitulation play, pwede kang mag-participate dito. Kasi if you look at the RSI, nasa na siya, oversold levels na siya, which is below 30 na, 'di ba? So right now RSI 27 na, 'di ba? So ang next na hihintayin mo na is magpakita siya ng bullish divergence niya sa RSI, 'di ba? Which is now wala pa, but I think if this is yung intraday, intraday meron na, 1 hour meron na. But for me, mas higher conviction if mag-show ng bullish divergence sa daily.
Alright, so for me, mostly same lang rin kay Ed. Mostly, pwede lang siguro i-bounce play to or some sort of bottom fishing play. Siguro one additional signal that you can take if kunyaring gusto mong i-bounce or i-bottom fish is if magkaroon siya bigla ng interest, if biglang mag-pick up yung volume, magkaroon ng buyers sa level na to. But until then, siguro iwas muna dito.
Ako dito sa ASEN, just to set an expectation, baka kasi yung iba, yes, it's a blue chip. We all know that. So, it's Ayala. So, baka kasi may nagsasabi na, uy, pwede na ata itong bilhin, tapos hawakan ko na lang. So, again, it's a blue chip, pero don't expect this to rally in the short period of time na, let's say, babalik to 10 pesos, babalik to 11 pesos. Again, because of the macro environment na meron tayo. Yes, it's renewable, maganda yung negosyo, it's blue chip. If you want to participate, let's say, bibili ka next week, this is more of a swing lang. So talagang iba-bounce mo lang to. Kasi, I mean, this is still on a downtrend. Usually, pag mga ganitong chart, syempre, pass muna tayo, di ba? We focus on those uptrending issues. So yan, perfect. Yan yung resistance.
Okay, that's for Ace. And next naman natin, sticking with you, bro, Matt, from Kevin, Globe.
So, at least, usually pag nagdi-discuss ako ng stock, or if ng stock, basically, I start with fundamentals or potential catalyst. Potential catalyst for this one is, di ba, nagkaroon ng partner, Globe and PSE, and Globe, GCash specifically, pwede na mag-offer ng cryptocurrency trading. So, cryptocurrency trading and stock trading. So again, catalyst-wise, potential na earnings makyat, diba? So yun naman yung driver for a stock to go higher, for the price to go higher ng isang stock. So another one na tinitingnan ko dito is it's SRO if I'm not mistaken. Parang around 1680 ata yung ano nila. This is a 10 to 15% discount. This is the same what SPNIC did 2 weeks or last week ata. So that's around 1680 yung i-offer sa existing investor. So that's potential catalyst for Globe to move higher because of its earnings. So looking at the chart, currently nasa support level ka. What I want to see, like I mentioned, ayaw natin dun sa breakout in this kind of environment. Currently, yes, nasa support level yan. Is it viable? Pwede, but for me, small position size lang. So if you want to be aggressive, what I want to see is the retest of that blue trend line.
Alright, that's for Globe. Ito, for Matt and Ed again. Ang palagi pinag-uusapan sa Discord, Converge.
Converge. Okay. Sige. For Converge, so ito, isa rin sa one of the interesting stocks din. So, tinitingnan namin to. So, matagal na siyang may bull dip. So, June 24 pa lang until August 1. So, may bull dip na yan. So, unfortunately, tumuloy-tuloy lang. Nag-bounce naman siya for for a percent, no? 18% bounce, but tumuloy din pababa ulit. So, for Converge, right now, kita naman na parang yung sa price niya, parang nagsa-start na rin mag-tighten yung candlestick niya. At the same time, yung volume niya last Friday is above average. So, for me, actually, isa rin to sa tinitingnan ko since usually yun yung gusto ko if nag-above average yung volume. At the same time, nasa ano na rin naman siya nasa support area. So, if titingnan niyo yung if titingnan mo bro, yung March 2021, nandun, di ba? May support
nandun na sa retest
historical support. So, na-retest niya na yun. So, yun. So, pwede na, siguro for me, pwede na ako mag-set din na I can use that as my cut, yung 16.64 level and entry na lang if ma-break yung high nung September 15 candle which is 17.44. So, yun yung pwede kong play for Converge. Tapos, targets na lang could be DMA 50, di ba? So, yun, for Converge.
Fundamentals, for me, parang wala naman tong problem given its earnings still at double digit. Yung reason for this to move lower ng malalim, same what happened do sa ASIN na meron silang existing holders na would like to sell their shares. No? So, syempre, at the end of the day, if meron kang existing holders na gusto magbenta, sentiment-wise, from the trader, from the fund manager, from foreign investor, syempre, negative yun. Price-wise, I agree with Ed. This is something na tinitingnan namin sa Open Journal. Short term, hindi kami nag-expect dito na, okay, we buy at 17 pesos or even below 17, 17.30, and then we hold all the way to 30 or even dun sa all-time high niya. No. Again, during this kind of environment, gusto natin, we swing trade lang. We buy on support, we buy on retest, and then we sell on resistance. So parang ganyan. But again, from the community standpoint, this is something na tinitingnan namin as potential opportunities sa local market.
Alright, that's for Converge. Next naman, SCC, starting with you, Kahane.
Alright. So, for SEC, I think na-mention ni Matt to last time, kanina pala, na it's very linked to how coal moves in the commodities market. So if you look at the coal, wrong chart. So if you look at coal in the commodities market, somewhat malakas pa rin siya. It's still near all-time highs. So for me, may parang potential I guess pa rin yung SEC. But again, it depends on the market. Lalo na blue chip siya. So for macro events, mas ma-affect siya versus other smaller stocks.
Almost same galaw to ng DMC. Given na DMC, they have 20% business ng Severara. Diba? So, yun nga, mas aggressive pa nga to, parang aakyat ulit yung DMC. No? kahit na meron ka ng multiple bear dips. So again, going back to Semerara, tinitingnan kong support and resistance dyan is currently nasa support ka. Draw your trend line. Yan, perfect. So again, if you want to participate, it's either dun sa support or buy on the retest of that blue trend line. Wala namang problem yan eh. Parang ano nga ito eh, parang mga mafia dito sa Philippines eh. Even, di ba, for quarter 1 ata, 15 billion pesos eh, yung kinita nila. So, most likely, kaya malakas yung DMC and Semerara. I mean, earnings-wise, like I mentioned kanina, earnings yun yung mag-move sa stock price going higher na isang stock. So, walang problem to. It's just more of when is the best time to participate.
Pero may question ako. Given na, actually hanggang ngayon, ang ganda ng chart ni SCC, and leader pa rin naman siya, hindi ba possible na masyado na ang obvious or possible na maging overcrowded masyado yung trade?
Correct. Oh, actually, yung tinitingnan ko ever since. Kahit nung nag-move yan ng June or July. Pero ayaw talagang uminto eh. So, yan nga yung pinag-usapan namin ni Ed, even kami ni Javi. Bakit ayaw malaglag na itong Semerara? Parang currently nag-hold eh. Diba? It's same with DMC. If you go back to the chart on DMC, ba't ganyan? Diba? So, for me, ang main catalyst talaga, going back dun din sa coal, parang andyan pa eh. Currently at the support level pa. Diba? Even parang pwede pa nga mag-hold dyan sa level na yan. And Indonesian market, commodity-driven country sila, isa pa yon. So, mas malakas versus the Philippine market. So, for me talaga, for you to participate sa Semerara, given this kind of move, so merong hesitation na parang extended na, parang masyado nang mature, masyado nang crowded. So, usually pag ganyan yung iniisip ko, yung strategy-wise na i-apply ko, it's more of small position size na lang or tight cut level yung gagawin ko. Kasi again, hindi naman natin alam eh, kasi ilang beses na na-invalidate yung bear dip yan eh. Diba? So baka ma-invalidate na naman and catalyst for it to go higher na naman. So, yun. So for me to participate, again, mas tight yung cut ko with small position size.
Saka, just to add lang sa coal, so alam niyo naman, if hindi niyo pa alam, yung sa Europe, di ba, nagkakaroon sila ng energy crisis kasi nga na-cut yung supply ng Russia, di ba? So one of the alternative is coal. So meaning, mas tumataas yung demand for coal, di ba? So kaya, at the same time,
yung catalyst.
Yeah, kaya
another catalyst.
Even bumabagsak yung commodities, yung coal, nandun, nasa taas
pa
rin.
Yung coal yung parang naiiwan sa taas eh.
Yep,
Other commodity prices, tinignan namin last week, parang tutuloy pababa. Parang counter rally before moving lower.
Yep.
Alright. Thanks for those, guys. Solid. Ganda na insights sa SCC. Next naman ito from Gibson. Guys, sorry talaga sa boss ko. Pati ako nainis na. Gibson, SPNEC. So, siguro starting with you, Ed.
Wow.
Yeah, sige. For SPNEC, so yan, alam ko last charting session natin, minention ko yung trend line nito. So, from Feb 4, yan, mahabang trend line. Hindi. Yung trend line ko last time is July 11. Correct. July 11. Yan. So nung minention ko, sabi ko, baka mag-retest lang. Pero right now, lumusot na. But, on the positive note, yung RSI niya is oversold na. At the same time, malapit na rin siya sa support na 1.42 to 1.439 level. So let's see dito if mag-hold ba sa support. Tingnan natin paano magre-react yung price. If tumuloy sa support ng isang malaking red candle, syempre pass tayo dyan. But if mag-form ng doji or reversal pattern or candlestick yung SPNEC, so it would be interesting since, yun nga, sabi nga ni Bruman, talagang buy on support environment tayo. So abangan natin to if kaya ngang i-hold ng support yung price action ng SPNEC.
Classic move to just to share, based from my experience trading this market. Usually pag may SRO talaga ino-hold nila eh. Ino-hold nila. Di ba SRO niyan price is 1.50. 1.50. So, even before yan malaglag, yung sunod-sunod na 3 candlestick red na yan 2 weeks ago. So, ino-hold talaga nila yan. So, again, tip lang, if let's say merong SRO, upcoming SRO, let's say 2 weeks from the X date, for me, wag na muna kayo mag-participate. Usually kasi ganyan, ino-hold din ng mga owners, mga insiders eh. So, but again, looking at the chart, currently nasa support level ka. So, let's see kung mag-hold dyan. If not, then it might move lower pa.
Alright. As for SPNet, next naman is ito from Rich. Abacor, starting with you, Kahane.
Alright. So, mostly for me, I guess for most stocks, same sentiment pa rin ako na if pangit pa rin yung overall macro environment, usually umiiwas talaga ako with putting on positions. But then, again, if kunyaring umaking market environment, honestly, baka hindi ako pumapatol sa ABA. Mostly kasi, parang may rule lang ako sa sarili ko na if may leader na nag-show na ng weakness, usually umiiwas na ako. So, I don't know, baka weird rule lang for myself. But, yeah.
Ikaw, bro, man.
For me sa ABA, yung main concern ko dito is yung extended move niya. Kanina nga tinitignan ko to, pinag-aaralan ko yung chart. So, pwede bang yung move niya the other day na malaki yung candlestick is the same move na nangyari last June? So, yung malaking candlestick dyan, yan. So, yan yung tinitingnan ko. So, syempre, if I want to participate, na pwede pa yung umakyat, move higher, gusto ko ma-break yung Thursday candlestick niya. Last Thursday candlestick. So, same what happened dun sa last June. Yan. Support, resistance, tapos yung short-term resistance level niya. So, yung last Thursday. So, yun. For me, if magpa-participate ako, doon na lang ulit sa retest ng last Thursday. Same what happened last June. Kasi currently, nasa support naman eh. Pero yung difficult part nga dito is I have a multiple bearish divergence na. So, usually kasi pag multiple bear dip na yan, coming from the 90, 80 level na RSI, potentially move lower naman yung kasunod. Pero syempre, as we all know, sa ABA is been moving going higher, di ba? Parang the past, March, April. So, hindi rin natin alam kung pwede pang umakyat yan all the way to 3 pesos. So, for me to participate, doon na lang ako sa break of the other day na resistance. Yan.
Pero grabe no, parang napakalaking red flag na nung
Sobra.
malaking bearish engulfing, kinain lahat.
I mean, again, based from my experience, classic insider move yan eh. Diba? So, earnings-wise, news-wise, catalyst-wise, hindi ko alam. I mean, we've been searching all over the internet kung ano yung potential move, catalyst dito sa ABA for it na ganyang gumalaw. Wala kami makita. So, again, this is a classic insider move na hindi natin alam kung ano ba talaga nangyari sa loob.
Alright. So, that's for ABA. The next, starting with you, bro, Ed, from Chris. SGT.
Yep. For SGP, if titingnan natin, so again, may relative strength naman siya. So, staying above EMA 50 siya. And right now, parang nire-retest na yung neckline niya, which is yung 13.3 area, di ba? So, yun yung titingnan ko neckline. But for SGP, I think for me, mahirap pa rin mag-participate kasi tingnan mo yung last swing low niya is around August 10 pa. August 10. So, yun yung pwede mong support. So, if magka-cut ka man, pwede mo nang gamitin yung August 23, but feeling ko madali na lang yan i-break di ba? So, andyan na rin siya, andyan na sa support level. So for SGP, I think needs more time muna before mas maganda if mag-consolidate ka sideways, and if magkaroon ng base, pwede ka doon mag-participate, di ba? So that's for SGP.
Yep.
Okay, SGP. Game, let's move on to the next. Ito, mayroon naman crypto request. Ada, si Cardano. Maybe starting with you, bro, Matt.
Merong news to di ba, Ed? Parang hard fork on September 22.
Yep.
So, well, hindi siya gumalaw. Same ng what ETH did na merong merge. So, it's just going sideways since May. Di ba? May pa ba yan? O May pa. So, for me, yung resistance na tinitingnan ko, currently, nandyan ka sa gitna ng support and resistance. So, medyo parang for me, medyo may nahihirapan ako to execute if ganyan yung chart. Lagi lang ako naghahanap ng leader sa cryptocurrency. But something to watch out sa Cardano is the upcoming hard fork on September 22. And for me, given na hindi yan gumalaw, talaga bang big news yun? So parang yun yung question versus sa ETH na the merge, phase 1 and phase 2, gumalaw talaga siya, going higher up to 40% upside. So versus dito na until now, hindi pa gumagalaw. So it's a bit concerning for me. So hindi ko alam kung saan yung average price mo, but for me to participate sa Cardano, ako I'm willing to wait dun sa break ng trend line plus the retest. Or even to participate dun lang sa support level na what ka-had did.
Okay, that's for Cardano. Ito next, parang ito matibay ito sa PSC. Starting with you, Kahane. Si Blue.
Okay, so for me, I guess parang siguro isa sa mga possible, I guess, outlier candidates tong Bloom. Again, if gumanda ulit yung market conditions, pwedeng ito yung isa sa mga mga maging part of the leaders, I guess. So versus yung other issues currently in the local market na nag-retrace or nag-consolidate below their resistances, yung Bloom nag-breakout, which is, I guess for me, is a good sign for the stock.
Catalyst ata dito is the opening play ng casinos.
Mm-hmm.
So yan, currently nagmo-momentum, pero again, if ngayon ka palang bibili, for me, pass na yan. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So that's your... Ito next, another interesting chart. Starting with you, bro, it's si AceX.
Yep. So I think natakal din natin to last time. So for AceX, so currently, tinitingnan ko sa kanya is number 1 yung trend line niya. So if you will draw starting July 25 until September 12, di ba? So na-break na yung uptrend line niya. At the same time, nag-break below na rin siya, EMA 200 and EMA 20. So for AceX, I think ang pwede mong maging play dito is if you draw your fib. Sorry, nagamit na ako ng fib. So, nag-draw ka ng fib mo mula low of June 16 until yung high ng September 6. So, pwede ka mag-participate if bumalik siya sa 0.5 fib, di ba? So, usually, doon naman nagsusupport majority ng stocks, 0.5, 0.618, 0.786. So, possible if bumalik doon at the same time mag-consolidate, so pwede doon. But right now, mukhang mag-move pa to lower. So yeah.
Alright, that's for AceX. Ito next, interesting blue chip name din. Starting with you, bro Matt, from Michael, URC.
Nice. So, catalyst-wise, for this moving higher, muna, di ba? Isa to sa, I mean, sa watchlist, sa open journal, isa to talaga sa malakas Share buyback, earnings-wise, humabol, ganda ng earnings niya, outperformance. And then, what happened last week? Diba? Last Friday, Thursday and Friday. So, catalyst for this to see some volatility, not just sa URC, but also consumer companies like Monda Nielsen, DNL. So, if you take a look at it, last Friday, may sell-off yan. And ano ulit yung news dyan? It's about the sugar tax ata,
Yeah. So, planong lagyan ng tax yung mga sugary drinks, which is one of the products of URC.
So, potential na expect some volatility. I know, merong buyback for this to move higher, pero at the end of the day, yung sentiment na potentially moving lower. So for me, chart-wise naman, currently nasa support ka dyan sa highlighted ni Kahane. So that's a very important support kasi kasabayan ng breakout point niya. Confluence with your 100 ba yan? 100-day EMA?
200-day.
200-day. So yan. So for me, if you want to participate, wait for the retest. Next step is to wait for the consolidation na talagang nag-hold yung retest mo, confluence of your support level. If not, then pass ka na dito sa URC. Kasi it might move lower because of the catalyst I mentioned kanina. Kasi pag tinignan mo, for example, DNL, tingnan mo yung mga move lower nila. Diba? That's 4%. Check mo yung Monda Nielsen. See? Pure gold. Diba? So, I mean, RHI, same with URC. Tingnan mo yung RHI. So, kaya ganyan yung RHI, pati URC, mas strong sila because of their buyback. But I analyze yung bakit ang laki ng sell-off sa Pure Gold. Number one, mahina yung or even wala silang buyback. And then foreign investor yung nagbato last Friday. Again, because of the catalyst that mentioned by Ed. So yun yung sa URC.
Okay, that's for URC and also for the other consumer stock. So ito ang next request natin from Jason Kidd. Maybe starting with you, Ed. Maybe we can do Chili's para mas interesting yung chart lang.
Wow.
Ganda yan. Na-mention natin yan di ba? Ganda na.
Na-mention ni Bro Mato sa Open Journal. Yan. So for Chili's, so number one, na-break din yung trend line niya starting August 24 to September 11. So ganda last ng chart. So if compare natin sa BTC chart, so si BTC nagsa sideways lang pero ito biglang umakyat. If meron ka na nito, so good thing. So pwede mong gamitin na target profit mo is yung high nung August 24. But if wala pa, so make sure na wag mo nang maghabol. Pwede ka mag-participate dito if bumalik siya sa trend line. Pwede mag-retest sa trend line. But sure lang na pag niretest yung trend line, hindi malaking red candle at the same time malaking red volume. So meaning nun, nag-distribute na. So gusto natin is i-retest small candles lang tapos below average volume lang. So yun.
Yep. Kasama to sa watchlist natin for opportunities sa Open Journal So just to mention a few, so meron tayo, ako tinitingnan ko kanina nakita ko rin for example Atom, Chili's, BNX, ETC, and QNT. So yung mga yan. So that's something that you can also watch out, everyone. So baka merong opportunities lang. So usually pagka ganitong environment, kapag let's say parang aakyat tong hawak ko aakyat tong Chili's pero parang malalaglag yung Ethereum or Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency in global market. Again, execute with small position size. Apply your proper risk management.
Matt, nabagit mo kanina yung Atom. Gusto mo yung Atom, parang ang frustrating ng mga ganitong moves, no?
Oo,
malakas,
diba?
Tapos i-rip ng 20%, tapos after 3 days, ibabawi din lahat. Paano nyo, for the three of you guys, how do you guys handle something like this? Assuming na may position ka, na-cut, na-rip, tapos bumabawi ka agad. Mentally, paano nyo ina-handle yung situation na? Siguro starting with you, Kaan.
Siguro mentally, if let's say na-rip na ako sa ganitong trade, I guess I just move on from it. Parang kasi if pipilitin ko pang mag-re-enter kasi naiinis ako or parang nabubisit ako na parang winipso lang niya ako, parang bound to fail yung trade ko since emotionally ano na siya. Parang emotionally plagued na yung thoughts ko.
Mhm.
How about you, Ed?
Sa akin, yun, same with Kaan eh. You just have to accept it, diba? So talagang kailangan natin tanggapin na sa market, especially sa crypto, marami talagang mga whipsaw, maraming moments na ipapabenta ka muna bago i-akyat. Pero wala eh, you just have to accept it eh, diba? And if ever magkaroon ng setup ulit, make sure na magre-re-enter ka lang, diba? So, ano, important lang naman dyan eh, hindi ka magre-re-enter dahil naging emotional ka, dahil nasayangan ka, dahil nanghinayang ka, diba? So, make sure if magre-re-enter ka lang, talagang may setup and talagang yung system mo, yung systematic entry. Yun lang.
Mhm. For me, this is the best example. I mean, this is the best summary for the year 2022. So, you're buying at the support or even going long, and then bawi, cut your position, and then you're going short, you cut your position again. So that's actually the best example we have for the whole 2022. That's how difficult the market is. So everyone is saying na madali kumita sa market or even nahihirapan kayo. Even kami nahihirapan. And like Toma mentioned, di ba? Yung mga ganito, I mean, it will kill your trading psychology for sure. And also the reason I keep on mentioning, if merong mga ganitong setup, diba? You buy and support, you buy on the retest, you participate with small position size. Mahirap kasi yung tipong sobrang aggressive mo eh. I can be aggressive, we can be aggressive if the market is positive. The sentiment is positive, the macro environment is positive, US dollar is going lower, 10-year treasury bond yield chart is going lower as well. So that's the time to be aggressive. But during this kind of environment, unahin mo kung ano yung mga kailangan mo unahin. Number one, risk management. I mentioned na kanina, apply small position size. Tight cut, kung before it's more of 1% VAR, even 1.5% VAR, make it tight, 0.25 to 0.50 VAR. Diba? And then another one, you just need to move on. That's step number 2. Like Kahane mentioned, Ed mentioned, it will kill, diba? Your trading psychology, pero you just need to move on. Doon babalik yung confidence mo. But for me, huwag ka maging aggressive. Huwag ka maging agresibo, lalo na sa ganitong environment. Kasi, pag naging aggressive ka tapos ganyan yung galaw ng market, mas mawawala ka ng gana mag-trade. So, that's actually just based from my experience.
Okay, so thanks for sharing those, guys. Share din sana ako pero hindi kaya ng boses ko. So, ito, merong another example siguro or a chart that medyo sinyo feels na maganda yung breakout tapos na-rip. So, medyo di pa ako bumabawi eh. Maybe, Kana, you can open APX.
Alright. Ayun.
Siguro we can start with you, Ed.
Sige. For APX, lang open ko lang yung phone. For APX, so kita naman natin na nag-rally, tapos binalik. Ang biggest concern ko lang for APX, nung bumalik siya, ang lalaki din ng volume. So, yan yung ayoko. So, if ever may mga retest, gusto ko yung volume is below average lang. At the same time, small candles lang, small ranges. But sa APX, ang laki ng red candle ng September 13, tapos ng September 14, nag-drop down pa, di ba? Tapos at the same time, accompanied with big volume. So, yung mga ganyan, yun yung mga pinentahan ka lang, di ba? So, for APX, mas gusto ko na mag-consolidate muna siya. So, again, bumalik sa small ranges. So, right now naman, nasa support di ba? But gusto ko mag-range muna siya, small ranges, at the same time, below average volume para makita ko na hindi siya mangbabastos. Kasi if ganyan na, anong sasaluhin? Hindi sasaluhin niya kasi laki ng candle, laki ng volume. So, meaning, yung nagtatapon yun. So, yun lang.
Pati yung catalyst dito, tinitingnan ko eh. One time, nilagay natin to sa watchlist natin eh. Pero parang sabi ko, ano yung catalyst for this to move higher? Eh, yung Felix Mining nga, parang malalaglag pa eh, diba? Tingnan mo yung Felix Mining.
Ano yung ticker ulit nun?
PX.
PX.
PX,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yan o, di ba? So, for me, even their main business, tinitingnan ko yung chart globally ng commodities. Like I mentioned ngayon, parang ano yung catalyst for APX to move higher? So, hindi ko alam kung anong meron sa APX, pero what happened last week is medyo masakit for everyone kasi biglang gap down yun ng malaki. Yung tipong akyat. Kala mo akyat, tapos biglang gap down. So, parang ang nangyari is pinuusan ka lang.
Okay. That's for APX. So maybe we have time for a few, maybe 2 to 3 more charts. Let's start with from Richard. MRC. We'll start with you, Kaane.
Alright, so for me, if gusto mong pang humabol sa MRC, well, medyo late na kasi mostly nag-rally na siya ng malaki. If you wanna play the retest or the bounce, possible naman, pero again, since pangat yung market, yung macro conditions ngayon, usually mas mababa yung possibilities or yung hit rates ng ganitong plays. So yeah, for me, iwas muna for now unless magkaroon ng something interesting sa chart or sa macro environment.
Mm-hmm. Yung reason ata, yung reason ko ba't may malaking candlestick yan because of the news sa change in par value. Diba? So, meron silang disclose. Pero at the end of the day, change in par value, hindi yan change in business in business model. So, that's something na kailangan din maintindihan ng audience natin. Yung mga change in par value, maliit lang yan. So, I mean, hindi ko alam kung bakit may ganyang move yan the other day. But if you want to participate, doon na sa retest. Huwag mo nang habulin yan. Huwag mo nang habulin.
Alright. So next, second to the last chart. Let's go with from Oliver. Starting with you, Ed. Aslan.
Aslag. So yan, kita naman natin yung mga solar stocks natin. Bagsak na. But for Aslag, yan, so kita natin, nag-attempt siya mag-break sa neckline niya, which is yung 2.22 area. It is nag-fail. And right now, titingnan ko, ang titingnan ko ng support dyan is yung 1.7. So yun yung pinaka-clear support para sa akin. It is yung bottom ng parang saucer base niya. So, I mean, pwede rin naman siyang mag-cup and handle, di ba? Hindi ko alam kung anong pwede mangyari. But for Asla, ngayon, needs more time, needs to consolidate muna. If dyan sa 2 peso area, mag-consolidate na, so baka makikita tayo ng cup and handle, di ba? But if mag-fail, pumunta sa 1.7, baka ang possible pattern na is parang double bottom, di ba? So yun, for us lang, needs more time and wait muna. List.
Do you have anything to add to that, Bro Matt?
Usually, pag ganyan, antayin ko na lang yung support ng trend line. Yung drawing ni Kahani kanina. Yung blue trend line. So usually, pag ganyan, participate ka, antayin mo na lang yan Kasi ngayon, expect some volatility given na nag-fail yung attempt to break out dun sa 220, 225, 230 level So, pag ganyan, hindi ko type yung chart and I'm willing to wait dun sa support ng trend line, which is a blue line.
Alright, and for our final chart, let's open up Jollibee. Starting with you, Bro Kahane.
Leader.
Lakas. Leader tong JFC, di ba? Leader. So, wala. At the retest, so this is something na I mean leader. So, it's part of our watch list, di ba? So, I mean, this is a good company earnings-wise. Hahabol din yan. Masaakyat pa to because of its earnings. So, if you want to participate, Diyan, sa retest, sa support ng highlight ni Kahane. Kasi this is a leader, so ito yung best pick sa local market as of the moment. So, versus sa other ibang stocks. So, yun lang for me.
Bukane, you have anything to add to that?
Like what Matt, siguro mostly Matt said all of it na. Again, parang while other stocks are retracing or consolidating before below resistances, yung JFC nga is I guess bringing out of its resistance. So ayun, may potential siya to be an outlier.
Pwede pa yan umakyat if let's say ma-break yung daily bear div using RSI. Pag dinawin mo yung trend line mo sa So usually yan yung ginagawa natin sa open journal, break off that level, then potentially this stock can move higher.
Ikaw, Ed, since last stock na to, meron ka bang other insights for Jollibee?
Yeah, so for me lang, if ma-break niya yung 52-week high, kung nandito si Minervini sa Pilipinas, i-break niya na to.
Yun, gusto ko yun.
Ang criteria ni Minervini, diba yung mga nasa 52-week high and above EMAs niya, MAs actually. So yan, leader talaga si Jollibee.
Yun. So that's for Jollibee. And may naisip lang ngayon, no? Ang dami natin na chart na PSE na mga names. And, given na may happy market, though mayroon pa yung mga leaders, SEC, DFC, Jollibee, Bloom.
Yeah.
Right? So if I can share something, ito, di ko to tinignan the whole night. Ngayon lang. So, share ko lang ulit to kasi ang powerful ng feature to, especially for someone na walang time. Ito kasi yung favorite feature ko. Yung market leader na screen na. So, almost all the leaders we charted, lumabas dito. Right? Dun sa ranking system natin na automatic. So, whether it's Bloom, DNC, Jollibee's there, yung nabanggit ni Matt kanina sa consumer name, RHI. So, here you can easily, it's part of our Prime Analytics tools. You can easily find the outliers regardless kung gaano ka heavy market. And you can do that for commodities, right? Nickel's the strongest, followed by coal. You can do that for crypto. And yun lang, I just want to share this feature with everyone for those who haven't been able to see it or utilize it. Kasi malakas talaga siya, time saver siya. And you can use it kahit free user ka, although I think the data might be delayed. So in order to maximize yung feature ito, kailangan naka-prime ko. Right, so yun lang, I just want to share this again. Chinek ko ito last time kasi on my daily charting, lagi ko ito ginagamit. And dito sa crypto, yan, na-highlight si Chili's, right? Na-chart natin yan kanina. So, yun lang. And siguro before we end everything, I think a great question to ask everyone is, itong 2022, hirap na market, parang may moments na easy dollar environment, pero 80% hard penny. Tapos yung akala natin may glimpse of hope na noong mga August, sinalpak lang nung CPI print last week, right? So, and there are a lot of traders kasi watching this now, or in general, na pumasok noong 2020. And 2020, 2021 is relatively an easy year. Itong year talaga yung medyo ang daming rips, right, throughout the beginning. And tayo na medyo matagal tayo sa market, 4+ years na yun. Si Kahan is 6. Naranasan natin yun in previous cycles, maybe. Ngayon, I'll say it's maybe similar to 2018, 2019-ish. Daming rips, tapos di mo talaga makuha yung direction. Ano yung may ipapayo nyo sa mga traders na nagsimula sa 2020, nagsimula sa bull run, or just in general, those who are struggling, right, buong year, napakahirap. Ano yung general advice mo bibigay niyo? Starting with you, Kahane, then Ed, and then ending with you, Roman.
Alright, sige. So, for general advice, I guess this is something I learned back in 2018. It's to really look at the indexes a lot. So, back then, sobrang bottom-up approach ko. I barely paid attention to the major indices. hindi ko sila masyado pinapansin, and I always looked at yung specific chart itself. Kung malakas siya, parang para sa akin at that time, malakas siya. But then, yun nga, 2018, sobrang daming false moves nun, sobrang daming rips. And what really helped me get past that, and sort of like what I learned, is that you can look at the indices as like parang some sort of wave. So, mahirap siya i-describe, but then basically, parang you can try to envision how money will flow into the markets, and the indices will help you sort of track the sentiments of money or liquidity in the markets. So sorry if medyo malabo, pero yeah, that's basically my advice.
Malinaw naman, bro.
Kasing linaw ng ilaw mo ngayon, bro. Ikaw naman, bro, Ed.
Yeah, so sa akin, ang pinaka-advice ko is pagbakasyon muna. So, di ba may quote na, there's a time to go long, there's a time to go short, and there's a time to go fishing, di ba? So talagang yung time na to, ito talaga yung perfect time to go fishing. Kasi if wala naman yung wala ka namang edge sa market na to, talagang kailangan mo stay on the sidelines. Huwag mo ipilit na i-trade, huwag mo ipilit na mag-force ng mga trades mo kahit wala ka namang edge. Kasi ang mangyayari lang yan, ibabalik mo lang yung pera mo sa market. Ikaw donate mo lang. So instead na mag-donate kayo sa market, why not spend your money lang on vacation, on self-improvement, mag-aral, improve your skills, diba? Kasi talagang very hard environment ngayon. Even yung mga ibang napapanood ko, first time nila ma-encounter itong ganitong environment, ganitong macro environment. So talagang, for me, really time to go fishing and improve on your skills and yourself.
Sa akin, this is the best time for you to look ng mentor. Hanap kayo ng mentor nyo. Diba? I mean, 1 decade of trading market, I saw the bullish sentiment, sideways consolidation ng market, and even now, diba, bearish yung market ngayon. So this is the best time for you to look for a mentor. Diba? Mentor na dumaan na dun sa ganitong situation. Lagi namin pinag-usapan ni Ed and even sa team, no, na we always, we need to be on top on a daily basis sa market. Kasi hindi naman rin natin alam kung saan yung bottom, hindi rin natin alam kung akit na ba yan, pwede pang malaglag. And also the reason, bakit kailangan pa rin natin maging on top. Hindi kasing aggressive ng before, ng 2020. I know maraming kumita, maraming nanalo since 2020, 2019 for cryptocurrency, US market, local market. Dapat hindi na ganun yung strategy natin. So, hinay-hinay lang. Self-improvement, hanap ng mentor, hanap kayo ng edge nyo, saan kayo mas merong edge, backtest. So, ganun. Usually, ganun yung ginagawa namin on a daily basis. Hindi ito yung time to be aggressive, but it's more focused doon sa kailangan mong improve. Para once tumakbo na itong market, then that's a time for you to be aggressive.
I think that's a great way to end our charting session tonight. So before we let everyone go, guys, papasalamat naman tayo to Open Journal for joining us this Sunday evening. Thank you. Kung ano naman thank you, Open Journal. So bro Ed, bro Matt, maraming salamat ulit sa oras sa time. If people want to talk with you, if people want to continue learning from you, just like I've been learning from you guys since 2019, how can you share with our audience how can we do that?
Yeah, so pinost ko sa Facebook live comment, sa YouTube comment yung mga social media pages namin. So meron kaming mga free content sa Facebook, sa YouTube, and sa Instagram. So if you want to learn about the OJ system, if you want to learn from our members, kasi every week nagre-release kami ng trade walkthroughs from our members, paano sila nag-trade using our system. Check out our YouTube, our Facebook, and our Instagram. So yun lang naman. And if you want free content from Javi, so join our Open Journal Lite sa Investa. And lastly, if ready na kayo, gusto niyo na talagang sumali sa Open Journal. Ready na kayong matuto every week. Coaching session once a week. Weekly strategy update once a week. I'll post the link rin ng Open Journal private access.
Perfect.
Yun. Okay, so I think that's a great way to end everything. So to all of our, and of course, Kane, bro, thank you for joining us tonight as well. First time, hopefully not the last. So to everyone watching, umabot tayo mga 300 plus viewers on both Facebook and YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us this Sunday evening. Good luck with however you're going to be approaching the markets. And sorry at medyo wasak ang boses. But you know, I'm still happy to be here. And then, quick teaser, we have a big announcement coming very soon. Abangan nyo na lang. And charting session will be back again, hopefully next weekend. So again, maraming salamat to Open Journal, to my teammate Kahan, to everyone watching. Stay safe. And, you know, like Ed said, it might be a good time to go fishing. So I'll end it with that. And see you guys in the next charting session. Good night.
Bye!
Thank you, everyone.